Okay, it's another hot day, and today is finally the time that we go and get the tune for this thing. So I am going to probably stick with Overland Taylor as the tune that I'm gonna use. I might switch out the Katie Max. I'll put a link in the description how you guys can get in touch with James. James is one of the authorized tuners for Overland Taylor and Katie Max. I know Overland Taylor does have a setting where they can go into total custom tunes. So James is gonna do a data log with me, which means he's gonna hook up to the truck. We're gonna do a bunch of pulls, a bunch of driving, and make adjustments from there. So let's get down to James. Like I said, I don't know if he would appreciate me filming him. Nobody does, right? No one appreciates being filmed or looked over your shoulder while you work. So out of consideration for James, I may not film him. But it's real easy. He's gonna hook up to the OBD port on this. He's gonna hook up a accessory type power system to the battery. So let's get to it. Now, before we go to see the tuner, I'm gonna put gas. And as a 2016, this thing does have almost 60,000 miles on it. All right, let's fill up with some premium gas, and I'm probably gonna run the premium gas from now on. And that's just part of life, you know, especially with gas prices the way they are. Okay, let's go get a tune. Welcome back, everyone. So now I am just down the road at my tuner's house. James is one of the tuners for the state of Hawaii, and we're going to be going with Overland Taylor, I guess. That seemed to produce the higher horsepower and for the type of driving that I'm going to be doing. James is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a while, so that's why I'm meeting him at his home. I don't know if he wants me to, or how he would feel if I filmed him. So what I'm gonna do is, I may just introduce him real quick or whatever, but what he's basically gonna be doing is hooking up his computer to the OBD2 port. We can see that here. Under here, right there, that one. So he's gonna be hooking up to the OBD2 port, installing the tune, and yeah, we'll go from there. We'll just have to wait and see how everything works out. I did switch out the rough country intake for the TRD intake, and there was a big difference just in that alone without the tune. I do have, what kind of exhaust do I have on this? I have some kind of Y pipe, underground racing or underdog, I forget, one of those. The catless Y pipe I have on here, and the carven exhaust, and I think that's it. I got rid of the RIP coils, RIPP coils. It was suggested that I just run the OEM coils, and supposedly the dealer will not be able to detect the tune that's being installed on the truck. And that's a good thing. That way I can take it anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country. Now, James also assured me that should I take this vehicle to the mainland or anywhere in the continental US, his authorized dealers for the tuning, or whatever those people are that tune it, should be able to adjust any new updates or make any calibrations that need to be made or whatever. So serviceability is pretty good, and accessibility. So no matter where I go, I'll be able to tune, I'll be able to. They do not have a remote system yet, which would be awesome if they did, but they do not. They only need to do a physical tune with a laptop. So yeah, we'll just go from there, and then we'll check it out. All right, see you guys. All right, we just got through with the tune. I didn't want to film James, just as a, respectful thing. big difference. Amazing, unbelievable. I will see if I can let you guys, sorry, the camera is really shaky. I'm trying to drive and hold the phone at the same time, so let me see if I can let you guys hear what it sounds like. There is a difference in the sound of the engine. Hang on, let me come here. Now, I don't know if the audio will pick that up, but the motor is louder. The only way you're gonna get a louder motor is if you dump more fuel, more air, and change the timing. That equates to more power. The more fuel and air you can explode in a smaller surface area and evacuate that as quickly as possible, of course, that creates horsepower. The whole motor came louder throughout all the RPM ranges. And you can feel a huge difference. There's still a little more refinement that James is going to be doing later on. Let me stop filming and try to concentrate on driving, so I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Well, I'm not sure how well the audio will pick up. Still trying to see if I can get some good audio sounds for you guys. The whole truck became smoother, a whole lot more responsive. Everything became more refined, and it pulls. This thing pulls like crazy now. The good thing is that this is a manual transmission, so unfortunately I don't know what it's like to drive an automatic. I don't know about all those what do you call that, gear hunting that the automatics do. I am running on 33s and it pulls like almost like stock. Now the manual transmissions do come already from the factory with roughly 18 to 20% more power, I believe it was, than the automatic transmissions. I think our gearing in the rear end is a little different too. I'm not really too sure what the gearing is, but I do know that the manual trans, the rear end is a little different gears in it. So let me stop and give you guys a little better review on what I think. Okay, I am back home. Why does it always appear that when I film these things, it's in the middle of the day, hot sun, and the sun is in my face? You think I'd learn by now? Nope. Okay, it's a little better. So to recap, I did the tune with Overland Taylor, I believe it was. That seemed to yield the better results. And I'll leave some descriptions and how you can contact James if you guys are in Hawaii. James is one of the authorized tuners for, I guess, Orange Virus or whatever these tunes are. He's one of the authorized dealers. Even if you're supercharged, he can do the tunes for those. I do have a manual transmission, 2016 Tacoma, running on 33s, and the truck pulls. And one of the biggest differences is such throttle response. And I also noticed that I do not have any throttle hang. Only for those guys that have manual transmissions will know what I'm talking about. When you go to shift gears, as soon as you shift, the idle is it's revving, and that's useless. It's pointless. Maybe if you don't know how to drive, then yeah, it might help you. But for me, I'm used to heel towing and double clutching as I drive. And I'm used to match revving or throttle blipping when I downshift. Now I can do all of that. The truck is amazing. Is this any different from the Pedal Commander? Yes. Now this is not knocking the Pedal Commander. I have nothing against the people who bought it. Would I buy it? No, it's not for me. You're gonna spend $250, maybe $300, and you're gonna gain how many horsepower? Zero, nothing. All it does is move the throttle blade in relation to where the throttle pedal is. Now, being that these are fly-by-wire and wireless throttle systems, they're not really responsive unless you get into the better ECUs with a higher but better performing computer systems. Then maybe yeah, it's worth it. Other than that, the fly-by-wire is not really the greatest thing. I don't know why automotive manufacturers went to this, but it is what it is. Yes, I would definitely get this again. I would recommend any kind of tune versus a pedal commander, but I'm not saying anything bad about these guys. It's just not for me. And I would not want any of my friends driving around with the pedal commander when you can get more horsepower and spend the same amount of money. Kind of no-brainer, right? So everything went good. I'll leave a link and how you can get in contact with James if you are in Hawaii. If not, check out your local tuners or distributors for what am I tuning? Yeah, Overland Taylor. So I'll leave a link to Overland Taylor's website also, so you guys can do some reading up on your own and educate yourself on that. All right, this was a good one for me. I'm gonna enjoy this. One side note, you will waste more gas. Why am I saying that? Well, you're gonna like the way it feels, you're gonna like the way it sounds, you're gonna hit that throttle more, and you're gonna waste gas. So you really need to learn how to be responsible when you drive with this thing, because it's gonna change everything. All right, see you guys.